Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. So today I thought we'd try something a little different, and this is a tier list of the Canadian provinces and territories. And I've actually done this type of thing with the United States before, where I ranked all the states. And yeah, I just thought I'd do one of my home country, of Canada. And yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. I'd also just like to say sorry for not posting a long form video in a while. I've just, Filmora hasn't really been working for me, first of all. And I've just been really busy because I just entered high school. So, yeah, with all that said, let's just begin. So, the first province we have here is British Columbia. I actually really like British Columbia. It's a really nice province. Of course, we have the Rocky Mountains in the east here. The Pacific Ocean is really nice, and especially Victoria. I really like the dock there. There's very nice sunsets in Victoria too. Vancouver's pretty cool too. It's a really nice big city in Canada. There's also a really nice city, which actually had a wildfire recently, called Kelowna, which is kind of more inland, and it's actually a really cool place. They have this really cool inflatable um, water park on the lake, Lake Okanagan, and yeah, it's just a really cool province overall. I think I will put it in A tier. Next, we have Alberta. Honestly, I think Alberta is going to be an S tier province, just because it has Calgary and Edmonton, two of the largest cities in all of Canada. Of course, Calgary has the Calgary Tower and a bunch of other famous landmarks. Of course, the Bow River too, and Edmonton's pretty cool too. But yeah, it's a really nice province, I think, especially with the Rockies. I think they're a lot more scenic than the British Columbia Rockies, which is just why I'm ranking it so high. Anyway, on to Saskatchewan. I think Saskatchewan's kind of a boring province. It's mostly just like prairies full of wheat and stuff. But, um, I mean, it's a really nice province. Of course, there's not many major cities, which means it's not very polluted, and it's just really an average province. I'm going to put it in B. Now we have Manitoba. I've actually heard some really bad things about Manitoba, especially about Winnipeg, like the high crime rate. But excluding Winnipeg, I think Manitoba is a pretty nice province. Of course, they have Lake Winnipeg, and yeah, I think it looks like a pretty nice province. I'm going to put it in B, right behind Saskatchewan. Ontario next. Let's see. Ontario, I think it's a very interesting province. Of course, in the south part right here, there are a ton of people. It's very densely populated and the most populated area in all of Canada. But then up here in the northern part, there's almost no one, which I find very interesting. But I have been to southern Ontario quite a lot because a lot of my family lives there. And they have the CN Tower, of course, a lot of big cities like Toronto, Hamilton, Mississauga, stuff like that. And yeah, of course, it holds the country's capital of Ottawa, and it's a pretty nice province. I think it's really polluted in the south, though, of course, because of all the big cities. But yeah, I think it's a nice province. I'm gonna put in A right behind British Columbia. Next, we have Quebec. I think I've technically been to Quebec once in Gatineau, which is just on the border with Ontario, next to Ottawa. And from what I can tell, Quebec is actually a really nice province. It has some major cities such as Quebec City and Montreal. Lots of stuff to do, theme parks and stuff. And it's a really unique province too, because it's fully French speaking basically. And yeah, it's a really nice province. I'm gonna put it in, I think maybe high B tier, because I've never been there, so I don't really know. Now we have Newfoundland and Labrador. To be honest, it seems like a very boring province. I cannot name one thing to do there. But I mean, they do, of course, have a really nice Atlantic coast. It's a pretty beautiful province. I'm going to put it right in B ahead of Manitoba. Now we have Prince Edward Island. I don't know much about Prince Edward Island either, along with all the other maritime provinces, but they grow a lot of potatoes, and I like potatoes. It's also a really neat province, of course, because it is completely on an island. But yeah, I don't really know much about Prince Edward Island. I'm going to put it maybe C tier. Okay, New Brunswick. It's a very interesting province. It's the only province that is, by law, a bilingual province, which means they speak both English and French. They have, Fredericton and Moncton, something like that. Moncton, that's it. Yeah, and it's a very interesting province. I think I don't really know much about it, so I think I'm just gonna put it in B. I mean, no, C. I'm gonna put it in C. Now we have Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia actually seems like the best out of all the maritime provinces, I think. Of course, that has Halifax, one of the largest cities in eastern Canada. and just seems like a nice place overall. I'm gonna put it right ahead of Newfoundland and Labrador. Okay, now we have the territories, starting with Yukon. Yukon's interesting because it borders Alaska. Of course, its capital is Whitehorse, and I actually really don't know much about Yukon, but it seems kind of nice. So I'm gonna put it right, um, maybe ahead of no, I'm gonna put it right behind Prince Edward Island. But I really don't know much about Yukon. I've never been there, so it's kind of a mystery. Now we have the Northwest Territories. Um, the Northwest Territories, I kind of have the same feeling about Yukon with this. Um, but it's a lot colder than Yukon, I think, because it goes a lot farther north. And I don't know, it just doesn't seem like a very nice place to live, especially because there's not many roads connecting it to other provinces. So I think I'm just gonna put it in D. Sorry, Northwest Territories. Finally, Nunavut. I think that is an easy D tier. Sorry, Nunavut. I've never been there, so I can't really say a lot about it. But it is very cold, and I really hate the cold. And it just really seems like a boring territory. But I don't know what you would do there anyway. But I really think all of the Canadian provinces are nice. I have nothing against them. It's just this is what I rank them. But yeah, now we're done the tier list. This is a way shorter video than the states one, because of course there's 50 states, and there's only 13 provinces and territories. But yeah, let me know if you guys would change anything. Of course, I encourage you guys to do this for yourself. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.